First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon. And he'll power ahead, but only for about... Out 3 yards, second down coming up. And some room to roam now. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. Off the play fake, Jeffries. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Well, this defense for the Colts, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
It'd be interesting to see what he decides to do the next time he's in the position we just saw there. Outside of the pocket, takes a throw downfield, and turns up incomplete. I wonder if next time he might take off and run.
To throw on third down, Jeffries. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 32-yard line. They'll look to throw again. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Back to throw again. Flushed out right. And he's got it. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook, and that's when they hit him with...
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
He's got him in, complete. The 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. T. Higgins, 75 yards. And the Seahawks have moved out in front. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. On play action, they'll throw. They'll find Paris. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you...
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there with his second touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 21-7. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. offense at the line and set to go.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks. A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Campbell making the catch. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely. No matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
97. Yellow.
They'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for it first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them. That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
On 2nd down now, it's Hart, and he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
62 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Two yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Jeffries. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards there for number 15. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw. Jeffries. He's got his tight end fan. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 39. Off the bootleg. Jeffries.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down.
Let's go now. 19 Chargers.
To throw again, Jeffries. Forced out to his left. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
But he's turning in a nice performance. Remember, he had the touchdown earlier, and this time he's able to beat double coverage to grab it.
I think that if he weren't worried about a taunting penalty, he'd run by the opposing team's bench and say, guys, 2's not going to be enough.
He's got a man, complete. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. So that one a hold, right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 14. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. They'll run on first down. Hart. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hart. And he'll find his way down right around the 12. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Colts are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And some space here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Hey, check Mega.
They'll try the left side with Taylor. 51 yards rushing for him now to this point.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Now back to throw.
This pass caught. It's Woods.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 29-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Back to throw. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Flush to his right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body.
picked off by Kobe Bryant. And the Seahawks are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get him next time out.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Bobby Okereke making that tackle. They'll keep it on the ground again here. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And Charles, some things to like about that first half. Ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. He's at the 30. But that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
On 1st and 10, Jeffries into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker. And the Colts are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable. And there's two schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless play. He'll learn to ride that line as he moves on in his career.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. He'll look to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you. 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
Following the fumble recovery, Jeffries. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Touchdown! A great play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Seahawks have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Charles, that's a pretty good response from a rookie quarterback. He's had his struggles in this game, including the interception on the last drive, but there he takes him down the field and puts it in the end zone.
I agree with everything you just said right there, and there's a silver lining to all of this, his resiliency, because let's face it, when things are going bad and you're a youngster, they often continue to go bad. But in his mind and his actions, he said, this stops right here. And how about the positive play he just turned in?
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here. Right. The ball is free. Taylor lost it. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust?
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take a blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On second down, it's Taylor. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down on a 21-yard gain.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Seahawks are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Operating from the gun, Jeffries dancing to his left. This throw nearly intercepted. Oh, the big D lineman almost had it. But third down coming up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Jeffries. Over the middle, complete. That's Hart. He'll get it inside the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. To the right side, this is Dillon. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 10 more there and another first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Get it. 19-18.
Check it back. Check, boy.
There you go.
On first down. It's Hart, and he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hart, and this time he is in.
Yes.
A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. Fourth down now.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The Colts send out their punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And now a fair catch called for, and he'll indeed take it at about the 6-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
On second down, it's Hart. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup. And now they've got a third down and 8. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. 1-yard gains are trending. The same result on first, second, and third down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Now here's Michael Dixon, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Fielded at the 33. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again, it's Taylor. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
The Colts send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at about the 14. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They can definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
53, Mike.
Check smash, check smash.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hart, and he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. They'll run on 1st down. Hart, and he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They run again with Dillon. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
On 2nd down, Dillon. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. So the victory here for Seattle, and it was a game where they were off and running in the 1st quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for the Seahawks, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they will head home next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
here.